public opinion turned against Bao. Oh boy. I wonder why. I have no idea what happened because I'm not in the VTuber sphere, even though I watched some of them. But I've actually for quite a while. I've stayed away from all the loot tubers, which she definitely is one. Definitely. So let's get into it.
We're going to talk about Bao because I actually just saw this yesterday, and this was actually what prompted me to want to make a stream because I thought this was like sort of relatively worth talking about. Because oh my,
Great start to a React video. The guy I react to says it's sort of maybe worth doing a video. Great.
God, chat, look at that, 2.5 million views. Do you have any idea how big this fucking post did?
I don't even wanna know. Okay, let's. What did she post here? Man, see me in a naughty way. No. Men see us in a naughty way all the time. They are just mad. We learn to Donoval them for it. Lamau. What a beta cuck. Hell?
Holy shit. And then lastly, I think we're going to cover the whole Google Docky for the last Saikuno bit.
Wait.
Last.
A Google Docky and it had the word boyfriend. Message from me and my boyfriend, girlfriend. Wait. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm going ahead of things, but let's keep it low. Was Bao one of his girlfriends? Wouldn't be surprised at all by anything anymore.
Last. People really hate Bao. They do. There's a lot of things. Okay, actually, I think I can get an idea. I can glean an idea as to why people hate Bao. Okay. The tweet speaks for itself. No, not really. If this was the tweet, if this tweet alone was the reason why people hated Bao, it would be the biggest, fattest nothing burger ever.
Yeah.
But a little bit of context from years before is the reason why.
I actually agree with that because this is whatever. Who cares?
Why we need to talk about Bao. For a long time now, Bao has always Bao has always cried. Every single time that something bad happens to her, she would cry about it on Twitter. She was always like the perfect victim. For example, she got scammed 3 times by different companies. She lost her passport in Japan. A lot of things happened. A lot of unfortunate things happened to her, and she always sort of blamed it on other people.
How do you lose your passport? I mean, it can get stolen, sure, but how do you lose? I mean, the only way you lose your passport is by losing your wallet, right? At least that would be the case for me, because my passport is in my wallet. So the only time I would lose my passport is when I lose my wallet. And I never lost my wallet, to my knowledge, as far as I can remember. Ever. And I'm over 40.
Right. And every single time, she takes almost no responsibility for a lot of it. Like it's always somebody else's fault, right? She
So she is like literally every other woman. Okay, got it.
didn't frame it that way, of course, but the way she didn't explicitly say that, but that was how it was always framed.
And by every other woman, I mean not literally every woman is like that. There are exceptions to the rule, but they are the exception.
And of course, as more of these unfortunate things that happened to Bao stacked up and piled on top of each other for a while, people started to get the impression that Bao might not be like the most intelligent VTuber in the industry. And I say that like not.
Yeah, I mean, duh. I never thought that she was very smart because, you know, I think I've never heard her saying or doing anything particularly smart.
As a compliment, obviously, right? Like people started to get the impression that she might not be very smart, right? And she seems like she's a menhera, and you know that's fine. Normal.
You mean the woman that wants to get plowed by werewolves is mentally ill? Oh, why would you say something like that?
That's fine. But it's then how she just can't stop talking on Twitter, right? At first, a lot of people didn't really think of her as a bitch or like any sort of bad thing back in 20.
I've read this before while he was talking. Oh, I'm your Uju-sama, the pillow princess of your dreams. I'm 120 lbs, 5 foot, and 24/7 free use puppy girl, waiting to be put in my place. Do I have to say more? I mean, I just read what she has in her bio there. I mean, it's right there.
2022 to 2024, but then 2025 came around, and then we saw the whole Cinder saga and like the extent of her involvement, right? And obviously, looking back at the Cinder saga, we can chalk up the faults of that thing to of that whole incident towards what's her face, towards Nanoless. Like, yeah, sure, Bao was not that involved. Sure, Bao was not like, you know, Bao was not the instigator for anything, but Bao was heavily a main key figure there. No matter how you spun it, bro was easily, like, you know, twisted, flung around by Nanoless, and I guess Shy Lily, like if we were to take the rats at face value. Okay?
What Shy Lily? What Shy Lily? What is he talking about? What is he talking about? What did Shy Lily do? I don't remember any of that. And I've watched several VTubers react reading the Google Docky that Cinder put out. The 1,000 pages. Oh my god. Man, I'm so happy I haven't talked to Robin in 10 years almost. Man, life is so good.
So that happened. And then we have the whole misandrist comment that she made like a couple of months ago. Remember the thing that, in hindsight, after the whole Saikuno thing happened, turns out to be against Saikuno, but at that time, it was stupid for her to vague post. I said this back then, and I'll say it again now.
So he plowed her Kuchi. Okay. She fell for him. Oh, who could have guessed that the stupid woman is falling for the player that lying to her? Oh, who could have guessed? Oh my god. You know, all of this would not have happened if women wouldn't have rights. Just saying.
If you want a vague post targeting a specific someone on Twitter, please don't. Please do not, because it would look super fucking bad. Like, I really do not get why people vague post. Especially if they're intentionally trying to target somebody. Like, just don't say it. Because what happened during that time is that even though Bao said it in a way where it's like, you know, me personally, I didn't think it was like the misandrist comment that a lot of people seem to think it was. I thought that was just Bao making a general comment about the power dynamic between different content creators in the sphere, right? Like that kind of rule applies everywhere else. Like, you know, in general, if a content creator approaches you as a small content creator and they start engaging with you in all these sorts of things, you better be worried, because like, why would this person have a vested interest in you, right? Like, to me, that's how I
Exactly.
understood it, but obviously that's not how a lot of people understood it. But still, even if
Yeah, why would you imagine that someone that is very successful comes to you who's not successful? And man, why, why are people always so stupid and falling for that? I mean, I'm not falling for that, but you know, I'm a middle-aged man, so yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe they're just too dumb or young or both.
Kuno was the target for that, vague posting is always bad. And then there's also, then after that, the whole thing with Skeb happened, where she said, I hate you, Skeb. And I can genuinely believe that she did not, sorry, I can believe that she did not mean it in the mean-spirited way that it looked like. I genuinely think that she just said that as an afterthought. I know a lot of you guys might not believe that. A lot of you guys might think I'm stupid for thinking that. But I genuinely believe it. Because again, I think Bao is not a malicious person.
Why would you believe that? Why would you believe that she isn't? And the thing is, if you post something like that on Twitter, there is no, you know, you can't hear a voice. I mean, if I tell someone that I hate them in person and it's a wink, wink, ha ha ha, the person knows that because my facial expression, my behavior, the tone of my voice. But in written words, that's not there. Why are people so retarded?
I think she's just stupid, right? Like, even she herself admits this a while back. So, you know, she got humiliated by Skeb. She makes that apology, she deletes her shit, and then, you know, she clarifies that's not what she means. Then she says all these things about, hey, I'm not malicious, I'm not stupid, which I can genuinely believe. And then this happens, right? So, a lot of these things rolling and rolling and rolling for multiple months at the same time painted Bao in a very bad light.
You could have guessed.
Yes, she's not malicious. Yes,
She says.
it might seem like she's, yes, it might seem like she's very hostile even towards her own audience. But in reality, I think she's just kind of stupid. I think she thinks...
Even stupid people can be malicious. It's actually not uncommon. Oh, by the way, did you know that stupid people are scared of intelligent people? There was a study that came out last year somewhere, I think, that proved that. Oh my god, that's so wow. That explains a lot.
Things. I think she thinks about things that make sense at the moment, but doesn't really think about like the long-term implications of, or how it will affect her long-term. I don't think she really thinks about how it will look like publicly. I don't think how it will affect her friends. I don't think she has that sort of self-awareness, right? I know it looks like I'm making it seem like Bao is this fucking retarded toddler, but that's not what I'm trying to say. But I think Bao...
But would it be wrong to say that? Would it be wrong? I mean, don't get me wrong. I've watched clips of her and they were funny and all, but she's so loud and obnoxious, and on top of that, kind of dumb, you know. Man, there's a reason I never watched her. There's a reason for that.
In general, is just very irresponsible with the platform that she has. And all of this can just be fixed by just shutting up. Right? Yeah. And obviously, like, so we're going to talk about this now. So she had a comment quite some time ago that says, men sexualize us all the time and they're just mad that we learn to don't know all them for it. Lamau, what a beta cuck. This is in response, this was a long time ago, but this was in response, back in 2021 even. Yeah, this was back in 2021. I'm sure she has changed her mind once she started getting popular. Like, cause that happens, chat. Like once things are different when you're not a big content creator, and then you get then you become a big content creator, or maybe you start to know somebody who are in those shoes, and you realize that being a content creator is a balancing act. A lot of the times when you're a content creator, you can't just vicariously fucking shill your beliefs, throw up your chest like fucking gung-ho. You know, you need to be careful about what you say, because whatever you say...
Wait, did I completely read someone else's thing? I just realized. I'm stupid. I am the retarded. This is Hojo-sama, this is Bao. Okay. I have no idea what's going on. I'm dumb.
Unfortunately, damages you and your friends. Like, that's just how it is, right? So at that time, Bao wasn't that big yet, but she had certain beliefs that she proudly wants to like throw out there. It's a very common thing that a lot of up and coming celebrities or content creators do. And over time, they learn to shut the fuck up, which Bao is currently doing. Like, Bao is slowly learning to shut the fuck up, which is good for him. Good for her, rather. So while she says this, we can see that she has a Fansly account named Hojo-sama.
Oh, so it is her. It is her. It's just her on a different... Okay, makes... So I was right at the beginning. Okay, makes sense.
Oh ho, I'm your Hojo-sama, the pillow princess in your dreams. I am 50 foot, 5 foot, and a 24/7 free use puppy girl waiting to be put in my place. Yeah, so as you can see, Bao back in 2021 seems like he's going about, feminism, men sexualize us all the time, and now we're going to take back power by what she said, we're dono-walling them, we're exploiting these men that has exploited us by making sure that if they want to fucking get a little bit of us, they have to squeeze money from, we have to squeeze them from their fucking money, bros. Hell yeah, right?
Yes, and that's completely stupid. Women don't understand that this shit, when they say, oh yeah, we're taking a power back, you don't. You don't. You're literally being used by men to make money off of other men. You're literally being used. And you don't realize it because you lack the brain power to understand that. You're literally that dumb. You are. Everything you say and do proves it.
Like, yeah, obviously that's what's happening. And then this gave ammunition for the dislike that's already brewing around Bao. So that happened. You can see that a lot of these chat, by the way, 1.5 million views.
Wow.
To almost 300k views, 122k views, 100. There are a lot of these people are shitting on Bao. Look at this shit. They sexualize us, ma'am. You're a prostitute. I don't necessarily think these people are Bao's a prostitute, by the way. I think that in general, if you are a girl, and you want to do the same things that Bao is doing, you're free to do so. Yeah, you might have the...
Yes, you are free to do so, but don't expect anyone to respect you. Because you don't deserve it.
Belief that men are this, men are pigs, blah, blah, blah. So you're going to turn the power of men against them or whatever and like use your sex appeal to like take power from them and like be this unfiltered fucking whore. And then, you know, you inverse or you reverse the expectations. You subvert expectations rather, and you push it against them. Sure, you can do that. I think a lot of people do that. Even IRL, I know a lot of people that do that, but don't say it out loud. Obviously. Right? Because, like, to a certain extent, you're biting the hand that feeds you. A lot of your audience are men. So if you say that, oh, these fucking men are pathetic, bro. Like, yeah, if you say that in goddamn public, by the way, even if you say it a long time ago, probably not a good look for you. Right? Probably not, probably not a good look for you. Yeah. In my opinion, if you do that type of content, then you shouldn't cry when people only see you as that. Yeah, unfortunately,
Yes, exactly.
well, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you see it, yes, I do agree with that. In any type, as a type of, when you're a certain type of content creator, different types of niches and industries and like let's say activities that you do will always have its unique challenges and its unique pros and cons, right? Like for example, me personally, I am a drama tuber slash commentary VTuber.
I just read something I would never thought I would read. Being posted by a woman? Wait, is that even I have no idea. She used the term toxic feminism. Oh my god. But let's read all of it. Now, personally, I have zero problems with people doing lewd content. Plenty of VTubers and other CCs content creators do it. But someone with that kind of history shouldn't also double dig and engage in other content, such as engaging in overt misandry plus toxic feminism. Yeah, but that's how stupid people are.
The biggest con of that is that I am very easy to hate. I am more at risk in public scrutiny because my entire career, like my entire job, my entire content is recalling or criticizing or like breaking down events for other people and calling them names. So that's a thing that's normal, that's a thing that's here, so I have to bite the bullet.
That's literally what I'm doing right now. And it's fun.
I remember Asmon Gold said something like this, like sometimes you farm and sometimes you get farmed. So
Yes.
if there's any person out there that calls me, that recalls a lot of the things that I did, or maybe even makes a video about how I'm this certain type of person, or that a lot of my logic or blah, blah, blah makes sense, or I'm a hypocrite or whatever, it's fair game, right? Like, yeah, I'd be upset, but I can't bitch and whine about it because it's what I signed up for.
Yeah.
When you're a whore, or sorry, when you're a lewd tuber, or like when you do like these.
He said that. Well, yeah, she is a whore. She is a hoe. And you also can't tell me that she wouldn't do it for money. It just has to be the right sum.
OnlyFans stuff on Twitter, biggest pro is that you get a shit ton of fucking money. Right? Duh. Like, you fucking farm parasocials, you get a lot of people simping for you just to see your fucking feet or whatever. It's so goddamn easy, dude. But again, a very unique problem that they have is that they have to face unicorns. When they learn that they have a boyfriend, boom, it is so over.
Yeah.
When you get called a slut, if you have to endure the name calling.
Yeah.
Even if even if you don't identify or don't agree with that, let's say you're an entirely different person IRL, yeah, you might be a slut on the internet, but let's say you're very reserved, you're very shy, you're very actually nerdy IRL or whatever, that's just how it goes. Right? Like, you're still going to be called a slut.
That's the same thing as what I'm always thinking about when it comes to lust being a sin. It's only a sin if it's outside of marriage. In your marriage, if you lust over your husband or wife, that's completely fine. It's completely fine. Just don't bring it outside of the marriage, and then it's completely fine. Which is really funny that no one understands that. All the religious people, oh my god, you can't. No, lust is fine if it's inside of marriage. Only outside of marriage, all the problems with it come out. That's why it's fine inside the marriage and not outside. There, said it.
And like, that's fine. You have to understand these things, but you can't bitch and whine about it. It's just what you sign up for. And you certainly cannot complain about it either. You certainly cannot say, let's say, certain position. You cannot compromise on certain positions. You cannot call out another LewDtuber, for example. You can't call out anything like that.
Yeah.
That's just how it works. Also, for drama tuber, it's rough for them to be friends with VTubers. Yeah, true. Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, that's a very good point, Noisy. Yeah, that's why I always make it a point that even if I am friends with a lot of VTubers behind the scenes, I always tell them in advance that, hey, if I am going to, like, if something happens about you, I will try to, like, cover your situation with as much grace as I can. But if you did wrong, I will unfortunately have to call you out.
Yeah.
Right? Think of it as two ways, right? Me, as a friend, trying to, let's say, course correct you. I do believe that friends should, like, help each other by, like, telling a person off if they're doing something wrong or whatever. But unfortunately, that's just how it is. Yeah. So, yeah, as you can see a lot here, people are shitting on Bao.
Yeah.
Because she maybe at that time didn't understand that that's how the internet works. Again, she doesn't really think about a lot of these things long term. But,
Yeah, like, her comments about, wanting to do it with werewolves. Yeah.
yeah. The hate against Bao is, like, insane now. Because there's a double standard. Or at least
I mean, is anyone surprised that women that say this stuff overly fetishizes and sexualizes themselves on the internet for money? How else will mid creators earn money and gain the sim following that will nut in their pants whenever they do corn bait on stream? Yeah, yeah, very well said, dear sir.
there's a perceived double standard by a lot of the people, from a lot of her detractors, right? Like, she's a whore, she does a lot of lewd content, she's a whore, she makes a lot of lewd stuff, yet at the same time turn around and say that men are fucking pigs. You know, I don't necessarily agree that she's a misandrist, but, like, the same time she parrots a lot of those politics. So maybe she is, maybe she thinks that maybe she doesn't like the fact that men have a lot more power in certain spaces or in certain ways over women or whatever. And maybe that's true, but, like, she can't say that when the people that's, like, giving her money are also the same people that she's calling out.
Boy. Good video. He's right about everything. Everything.